Hi, Aries. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2025. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I do monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on Instagram and TikTok. So let's go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Keep in mind that this is a general message, so whatever comes up, comes up. And if the message doesn't seem like it's resonating for you, then it may not be for you. Don't try to force something that doesn't feel right. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. All right, spiritual team, Numinous Astro deck, what messages do you have for the Aries collective for July 2025? What's going on? What you got? I'm in a yappy mood today. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. We got first house, Venus, the moon, and at the bottom of the deck, we have ascendant. Let's get into this. First house is the astrological house of yourself, your physical body, your outlook, your self-image, your life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, expression, your gateway and entry point, okay? Usually associated with your rising sign or your ascendant, which you also got, but I'll get to that in a second. Next, you have Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, romance, charm, sensuality, luxury, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism, value, pleasure, adoration, attraction, indulgence, taste, and style. Right? Maybe in your natal chart you have Venus in the first house, or Venus could currently be transiting your first house. Next up, we got the moon, which is, I would say it's a planet, but it's not. It's a moon. It rules feelings, your instincts, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, emotions, self-soothing moods, and mothers. Okay. So maybe you got the moon in the first house. Maybe the moon is transiting your first house, or you're having a big lunation happen in your first house. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have the ascendant, which is also the rising sign. And that rules your worldview, your mission statement, your expression, your role in the world, your attitude, your outer self, point of view, body image, aura, approach, impact, and first impressions. Okay. So there could be some really beautiful things happening in your first house. With Venus here, I'm giving like a rebrand, like a brand new image, possibly like, I don't know, just changing things up with your physical appearance or figuring out what role in society you actually want to play and aligning your outer self with those internal desires and feelings. Okay, because the moon is here. This could have to do what makes you feel emotionally secure. This could have to do with what drives you emotionally, okay? And could be just like secret feelings or things that you've kind of held on to. Maybe you felt ashamed of sharing with other people or sharing with the world in general. So let's get into the tarot and see what comes up for you guys, okay? Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot. What messages do you have for the Aries collective for July 2025? Excuse me. What messages do you have for the Aries collective? I'm so sorry. Excuse me again. For July 2025. What do we have? Judgment. Ace of Wands reversed. King of Cups. Six of Wands reversed. Page of Cups. Okay. I feel like I'm getting that you want to approach the world with a little bit more softness and with a little bit more I guess authenticity would be the best way I could put it. I just feel like how do I put that? Having the King of Cups and the Page of Cups here definitely tells me like it gives me sweetness. It gives me a little bit more of like a gentler approach, which I don't think a lot of people associate with Aries a lot of the time. Okay. You guys are big, bold fire signs. Like you take life by the horns and you take no prisoners. Typically, that's what I associate with Aries people. But you may also feel like part of that is a mask for some of you. Like you are the friend that's the big risk taker. You're the one that's always saying the thing or doing the thing that like shocks people or whatever. And I feel like some of you guys are either realizing like that persona that you've put out, and again, that's just an example, that's not what I think of everybody, um but for some of you, I feel like there's a certain persona that you guys are realizing with this Judgment card is not what you want to be perceived as. So I feel like a lot of you guys could be taking a step back this month. And with Mercury retrograde happening, we do have one of those this month. It's from July 17th to August 11th. A lot of you guys could be taking some time to kind of like retreat and maybe spend some more time by yourselves and really kind of reflect on who it is that you want to be, who it is that you want to be seen as. And for a lot of you, I feel like in a way, you guys want to be taken more seriously. And I think with that comes also being a little bit more gentle. Okay. Let's get into the bottom of the deck and see, excuse me, what comes up. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, Page of Swords reversed. That's a lot of reversals. That is a lot of reversals. 2 pages in reverse, a Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel like some of you guys may feel like you miss out on a lot of opportunities because of this persona that you have. I don't know if you guys are influencers or like have a really big public image. Excuse me. I just finished eating, so I'm like, I don't know if it's acid reflux or what, but like my throat chakra wants me to burp, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys may have some sort of public image, or you're well known in your industry or something like that. And I think you have a reputation about you, possibly that has not allowed you to take certain opportunities. Or let's say you are, I don't know, into acting and you've taken certain roles, or you have like a certain persona on set, and now people are like, well, we don't necessarily think that you're a good fit for this kind of role because we're so used to seeing you in this type of role. And unfortunately, that is such a thing that happens in acting. Once people kind of pigeonhole you, sometimes in one genre or personality type, they tend to only want to see you in that type of role. And it's very hard to break out of that. So I think for a lot of you guys, there could be a rebranding. There could also be some people or things coming back around in Mercury retrograde where like it brings attention to who you are, who you used to be, how you used to react to things. Okay. And I think it may bring up a lot of insecurity or just uncertainty in terms of like, is this who I want to be? Is this the kind of legacy I want to leave behind? Do I want more? And I think that is going to help kind of spur this journey in terms of like rebranding. What do I need to do to get people to see a different side of me? How do I show people these other talents that I have? What can I do? And I feel like there's a lot of exploring, which is beautiful. When Mercury is in Leo, because that is the sign that Mercury is going to be in from now until about September 2nd. When Mercury is in Leo, it's a very creative, bold, and like just very almost experimental and explorative type of energy. So I think there could be some really, really good opportunities to just play around and like unapologetically just do something different. Okay. And Venus, I believe, is going to be in Gemini this month. So there could be some really fun, playful opportunities too, in terms of like your creativity or your look, your image, your aesthetic. Okay, the type of person you want people to see you as. Maybe you're a little bit more interested in like learning or coming across as someone that has certain skills or knowledge that you have to share with the world that could maybe surprise people. So I think there's some really beautiful opportunities for you guys this month. It may feel overwhelming. It may feel like a huge undertaking in terms of like getting people to trust this new version of you or accept this new version of you or see the vision behind this new person that you're putting out into the world. But I think this is really beautiful. And I think as long as you can let go of any shame related to changing things up a little bit, I think there's some really cool opportunities here for you guys, okay? That's what I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and move on and close out the reading with a couple of oracle decks. I know it's a bit of a shorter reading at the beginning of the month, but if you guys want to be put in the running for a bonus reading in the middle of the month, which are longer, about 30-minute readings, definitely engage with this video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know that you want to see more content for your sign. I do a love message and a general message on those ones, and those go to the top 3 signs that engage with my content the most at the beginning of the month. Okay, let's go ahead and close this out. Spiritual team, Astrology Manifestation Oracle. Oof. What additional messages do you have for the Aries collective? Excuse me, in July 2025. Okay, between me needing to burp and these cards jumping out, I don't know what to do with myself. All right, so we have a card that to jump out, and this is it. So last quarter moon, Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. And I feel like this is really beautiful because like this is revealing, excuse me, a different side of yourselves. A side of yourselves that people have not seen before. Excuse me. I feel like there's a frog in my throat. Yeah, so this is going to be really beautiful. And I think this is going to open up people's eyes to a different way of viewing you, a softer side of you for some of you. This is going to be really beautiful. I think this is going to be an amazing part of your journey. And I think this is going to help open up some more opportunities for you guys in the future. Next, we have first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Okay. Gosh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. For me, this is releasing any pre-existing beliefs about who you can be or who you can, how you can switch up things, change. You know, anybody can change their mind at any time. There's no shame in that at all. So releasing any blockages or beliefs around, you know, yourself, your image, what you are allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, especially if you have a big public image. Switching it up can feel scary because are people going to accept that new version of you? You don't know. But I feel like overall this is a big change for the better. So I would say definitely push through and roll with it. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have full moon in Aquarius, and it says, be real, be your authentic self. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a new opportunity for you to completely be authentic in who you are and share that with the public. I love that. Or with people in general that you interact with on a regular basis. Okay. All right, spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Aries collective for July 2025? Excuse me. What final messages do you have for the Aries collective for July 2025? Ocean Jasper, schedule yourself in. Yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be going through a period of like needing solitude, needing to be away from people, to really sit with yourself and understand like who it is that you are, who it is that you want people to see you as, XYZ, whatever it is. You guys could definitely be spending a lot more time alone, journaling, reflecting, meditating, maybe taking a little retreat or a vacation, just kind of get away and separate from people that typically associate you with a certain type of personality or persona, and really just get back in touch with who you are, getting in touch maybe with your own inner child, things like that. What else do we have? Rainbow Obsidian, heal your heart. I'm so glad I brought up the inner child because I do feel like there may be this facade or this persona that you put on or this mask that you put on may be part of your inner child protecting itself, or you feeling like you need to protect that softer inner core. So there could definitely be some things maybe through therapy or again, just a little bit more solitude and just reflecting and being alone, where you get a chance to like do that and find the joy in being more authentically you. Okay. What else do we have? Clear quartz, get crystal clear. Get crystal clear on like who you are, where you want to go, who you want to be perceived as, all of that. And just being clear on who you are. I think I already said that, but yeah, just like being completely honest with yourself about who you are and what you actually want and what you want to do in this world and how you want to be perceived, basically. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Unakite, live in the now, which I feel like, again, is just, thinking too much about how people will perceive you in the future, or like what could possibly happen. Like, is this going to ruin things for me? Is this going to make things better? And just really centering yourself in the present moment and being like, what feels right in this particular moment? What is needed the most right now for you? Most importantly, instead of thinking about other people, live in this moment and be authentic to what it is that you need, who you want to be, so on and so forth. All right, Aries, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you feel like this resonated. I would love to know how this resonated, if it does. Listen, it's been a couple of days for me in this throat chakra, okay? Let me know how it resonated for you, if it did, and maybe share this with another Aries if you feel like they would resonate with it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, and you can find my handles below in the description box. As always, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really do appreciate your support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves, all right? Bye.